welcome to another iconic episode of the Vegan Steven podcast. Vegan Steven podcast is a fictional character. All characters and events in the show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. Even those based on real people are entirely fictional. Celebrity voice star impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language and due to its content should not be viewed by anyone. Make sure you hit that subscribe button downstairs. We're live every single day on all the platforms. New posts every day on Instagram, Vegan Steven Music, Vegan Steven fan page, and also on Spotify. Every single place you could ever get podcasts, I'm there every single day. As a music lesson, half an hour long music lesson each day, and also a podcast, hour long podcast, kind of loosely based on current events, comedy, and a little bit of something, kind of just philosophy, I guess. Alright, so we have a little look at some popular social websites, not Facebook, just kind of amateur-y news source. So we got the journal.ie, which is an Irish website, just kind of tells a bit of news and it's voted up by the public. It is heavily censored, like a lot of news sources. They all have their own agenda. Russia Today, which has come out and said it is involved in stuff. Anyway, let's see. Who else we got here? Han Dynasty. So the Han Dynasty is something I want to have a little chat about. So yesterday we were talking about the Qin Dynasty or Qin Dynasty. Now, the Qin Dynasty, this is to do with Chinese history. The Qin Dynasty was from 221 to 206 BC. And we had a good talk about that yesterday. So the main thing that was it famous for? This is tenz.com, Chinese tea. It says the main achievement of the Qin is the fact that it unified China. All right, so imagine wherever you live, all the different states or counties being different countries. So he kind of brought it all together. He made sure everyone had. It's kind of like the earliest version of the EU. He gave everyone the same money, so it was easier to travel between districts and so on, up to trade. I think, yeah. But he also did some absolutely mad stuff, right? He did stuff like he killed scholars, burnt books, and so on. Why did he do that? To get rid of the individual culture of each state, so that there would be one unified culture, unified country. Alright, so just reading this again. The main achievement of the Qin is the fact that it unified China, creating the dynasty ruled by the first emperor Qin Shi Huang. Other well-known achievements is the creation of the Great Wall. So he created the Great Wall and the large terracotta warriors. So if you're familiar with the pharaohs and pyramids and all that stuff, he did his own kind of tomb where he's buried underground with all his warriors, and his horse is made of stone to protect him in the afterlife or one of those things. So let's just double check. Did the Qin Dynasty build the Great Wall? The history of the Great Wall of China began in fornications built by states during the spring-autumn of 771 to 476 BC. Qin Shi Huang to protect his newly found Qin Dynasty against intruders and nomads. Right. Yeah. So what I thought was very, very interesting was the Silk Road and the Han Dynasty. So after the Qin Dynasty, there was a lad called Han Dynasty, and Han Dynasty was fucking so good, man. You gotta check this shit out. They they invented silk, and after that they invented paper, papyrus or whatever. So here we go. The Han Dynasty was the second imperial dynasty of China, preceded the Qin Dynasty, and succeeded by the Three Kingdoms period. Spanning over 4 centuries, the Han period is considered the golden age of China history. That's fascinating, I must say. So what's very interesting is that there was all sorts of developments to do with irrigation. They were protected against invaders. Great revelations in food, as in like crops and so on. Got rid of all sorts of stuff. But what's really interesting is they had silk, and silk was an invention. You use silkworms and so on, and it's a very expensive garment, and all over the world people wanted, first of all, people were going to China for the fucking tea. They could not get enough of the tea. And then they were mad for this silk stuff. So they built a Silk Road, which is a road going through fucking the world. We get an ancient encyclopedia. Let's see, it goes from China to Persia through India all the way to fucking Europe, and it was a trade route. It's absolutely amazing. It's ancient Silk Road. It goes through Russia, Persia, Ukraine, India, now Egypt. Now at least it goes along the borders kind of thing. Goes through. It's absolutely amazing. So this was the fucking high speed highway. So if you know about the European Union nowadays opens up trade routes, trading, everyone's using the same economy, paying all this stuff. This was like the EU back way before the EU was ever found. So they unified, the Qin Dynasty unified China, and then the Han Dynasty came and they had international trade going on. For years, the only thing the Chinese would take for trade was silver, as far as I know. They were mad for silver. I think it's the only thing they take, because the only thing they needed in exchange for tea. And then England and stuff tried to. They had enough silver. I think they were using heroin, heroin and poppies for trade. But anyway, so silk was seen as a major luxury. It was even used for writing on. As I said, he had his own currency, so he came up with the euro, like his own currency that could be traded. Because if you imagine every little county in China had their own currency and own fucking tribes, and it was just an absolute mess to travel around. And the other big invention of the Han Dynasty, as regards taking over and staying in power, was the crossbow. And the crossbow is just used to. They'd only had swords and iron and stuff. As far as I know, the Han Dynasty was based from Rome or something like that. It's something to do with Rome. Let's find out. Bringing the Han items like silk to Rome and the Roman good such as glasswares to China. So these connections marked the beginning of the Silk Road trade network that extended to the Roman Empire. Okay, so they had contacts with Rome, which is kind of interesting. I don't know how you guys are, but I personally find it very hard to figure out who is alive at the same time. So it's very interesting to me that the Han Dynasty, the Silk Road, and Rome were all going on at the same time. Indicated an unsuccessful ministries to Rome in 97 AD. Jesus. So yeah, this is Han Dynasty, just Wikipedia, like so. Silk, man. Silk was like the hot shit pharmaceutical product back in the day. They also came up with what's that thing called? They stick the pins in you. Acupuncture. They come up with all sorts of stuff. So if China was like the big fucking tech company back in the day, I guess. It's just fucking amazing. Like this was like the fucking heyday of China. Like the most powerful it's ever been or whatever. But yeah, it's absolutely mad. Got mad into the things. So the reason why the what's it called, the Qin dynasty didn't get on so well was I think they had because of Confucius. Confucius is some kind of philosophy, and when the Qin dynasty came along, the Qin dynasty got rid of it, and then the Han dynasty brought it back. Unlike original ideology expounded by Confucius, the Han Emperor Wu's reign was created. Right, I'm out of my depth. But yeah, fucking hell, lads. They had very, very strict laws, unified laws. So yeah, they just, brought everyone together. Sure, there was absolute fucking bloodshed. And that's fucking at what cost, isn't that right? Like unifying China was absolute bloody mess. Like fucking slaughtered. I don't even know what to say. It's just fucking mad. Let's have a little look at the Han Dynasty here. Let's just read a little bit. Han Dynasty was the second imperial dynasty of China, preceded by the Qin Dynasty, and succeeded by the Three Kingdoms period, spanning over 4 centuries. The Han period is considered to be the golden age of China. So what happened in the Three Kingdoms was that they all kind of three different lads kind of said, "No, I'm the leader now." Do you know yourself? Like they kind of disputes over who's going to be the leader. So it got divided into 3 kingdoms, and it's a bit of a shit show. Or was it? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just going off Wikipedia, right? So what do I know? I just think it's fascinating, man. I know if I'm fascinated by something, it must be interesting. Silk Road, man. Silk Road. Right now there's a famous drugs website called the Silk Road where you can go on the dark web and order like whatever drugs you want to your door or whatever, and that's called the Silk Road. On the dark web and all that, I just think it's fucking interesting, man. Fucking fascinating. Absolutely mad. Silk Road. They invented silk and everyone fucking wanted it so much, man. That's like inventing the cure for cancer or something. Everyone wanted silk. Isn't that absolutely mental? Silk and the Silk Road. I never even, like, I don't know if I've even worn silk in my life, but it was such a mind-blowing invention or whatever. And like I said, it was originally, people used it for writing on and stuff before they had paper. And they invented calligraphy, which is very fancy writing. Yeah, it's a fucking marketplace, man. It's like fucking, they had the original Tesco's, like, and the current term of the Silk Road is it's a black market, so you could go on there if you wanted to order any kind of illegal thing like passport or whatever. Yeah, there you are. Irishman pleads guilty to Silk Road. Yeah, okay, whatever. So yeah, there you are. That's the original Silk Road. You might hear Silk Road talked about nowadays in relation to drugs, trafficking, and all sorts of illegal activity. But back in the day, it's all to do with actual silk. Absolutely mental. Right, let's have a little look at the journal. What have we got going on today? Gardaí have new laws and all that. At Persia, I'm fucking a bit scared. Anyway. Second man to appear in court charged with trafficking illegal immigrants. Fake passports. Alright. It's been going on since the dawn of time, so I don't know what's this news. But sure, listen. Anyway, stay at home, stay safe. Gardaí have new COVID-19 arrest and detain powers from today. This is absolutely gross. Ugh. Oh my god. Those arrested could face a heavy fine of 2,500 or jail sentence. Well, they won't be sending anyone to jail anyway because they're emptying the prisons, so I don't know what all that's about. But the minder whether continue the weekend, the government advised national things. Who might be travelling to holiday homes or... Jesus Christ. They're detaining people going to holiday homes. Jesus Christ. So... who might be travelling to holiday homes or caravan parks for the long weekend. Tom says, good, already seeing enough morons not respecting the gravity of the situation, and it's not hard to see the type of thick behaviour of the Easter weekend. Some lad says, great. Just drive through Castletown in the west of the country, Cork. It's like a festival. Martin Harty says, should be in place until we have it under control. Oh god. Tiptoe. Total totalitarianism. Not really, but it was fun to say. Nazi Germany, says another lad. Yeah, this is absolutely pretty disgusting, I must say. I don't know. You prefer the disease to spread? Why? Yeah, I don't know. Whoa, that's a bit heavy. It's mad that there's turn everyday people into criminals, man. Criminal record 2,500 and a jail sentence. Yeah, I don't know. It only keeps the small people away, isn't it? Isn't that right? Big lads still do what they want. Anyway, we should listen. Oh, man, I hate the news, man. I hate the news. Every day is just fucking... someone is fucking depressing. Alright, so he stayed at work for you, now pray at home for him. He stayed at work for you, now pray at home for him. UK papers support Johnson after second night in ICU. Alright, so the lad of England's been turned into some hero. The press had him down as an absolute fool, and now they're saying he's a hero. So they're building him up, throwing him down. Media cycles. Who knows? Alright, here we go. Emergency powers for Gardaí. Some third level exams cancelled. Alright. Taoiseach to discuss funeral guidelines on conference call with religious leaders today. Alright. The Trump threatens to withdraw funding from World Health Organization. Yeah. Cool job. So no one seems to have died of coronavirus. They seem to have died with coronavirus, not of coronavirus. So, yeah. Anyway, who knows. Right. Man, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of resentment towards law enforcement after this. Anyway. Sure, there always is, isn't there? It's fine. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So, you know, you're telling me everyone's losing their mind over fucking coronavirus, and that's fine. That is fine. Thousands start to leave Wuhan in China as ban is lifted on outbound travel. Yesterday, China reported new coronavirus deaths for the first time. No new coronavirus deaths for the first time. Okay. Cork Fabric Company to alter some HSE shipments to personal protective equipment. Alright, grand. Okie dokie. So that's a bit of stuff there. The guards scaring the absolute shite out of people. Oh God. It's if you're not scared out of your mind from the coronavirus, you're scared out of your mind of being arrested. Who knows? Anyway, UN suspends deployment of rotation of peacekeeping troops worldwide due to coronavirus pandemic. Alright, there you are. Even Germans fall for multi-million-dollar scam over masks, as WHO says they don't save healthy users from COVID-19. Yeah. The masks look like builders' masks to me, lad. They don't look like... Anyway. Super-doo-boo-boo. Super-doo-boo-boo. Scooby-doo-boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. COVID-19 fake news on Russia Today. EU accusations are problematic. UK watchdog. So that's really funny. Russia Today is reporting that the EU are reporting them for fake news. And it's coming up as news. It's like an absolute inception of bullshit. Claims it says on Russia Today, claims the EU diplomatic service that RTE is spreading fake news about coronavirus pandemic are misleading and based on bad methodology, according to a duo of Manchester researchers focused on monitoring the channel. Oh my god, that's such a headfuck. That article is published by Russia Today. So Russia Today are oh my god, what an absolute, that just actually hurts my head. Alright, moving on. Today, the time is 10:13 and today's date is the 8th of April. So yeah, coronavirus in deaths in France, 10,000. Oh darling. Business news. Anything happening in the business world today? Hundreds of businesses move online. Yeah. Dublin business drops to a 7-year low. Not the Quins in Northern Ireland. Quinn Construction. Them lads are fucking some boys. How will the global pandemic affect online business. Alright. Firms want to extend the wage subsidiary income. There you are. Eurozone business activities collapse. Yeah. Reveals as coronavirus shop shut. Reels. That like the news just makes you fucking not happy. It's like there's not good stuff in the news. It's just like depressing shit. Sick joke. Blogger arrested after brutal coronavirus prank in Moscow subway. Yeah. So no laws allowed. No space for humour. No thanks. Do you ever notice this people with the shitest sense of humour that think they have a great sense of humour? Alright. Man. Alright, here we go. Let's get into it. Here we go. Ricardo Powers, grand, scares the shit out of me. Exams, grand. Cork, lad stabbed someone, grand. The Who, people don't trust them anymore, grand. Plastic. A lot of people are saying don't be throwing away plastic, grand. R.I.P. Alright, let's look at this. Is recycling real in Ireland? So there was a lot of controversy going on where there's a lot of fake recycling going on, which I know sounds fucking weird, but 31% goes into landfills of our recycling, and 40% of our recycling is recycled. So yeah, what does China do with waste? How do you recycle? China took 95% of Ireland's plastic. So I'm not really sure. What is it? I'm not sure how to phrase this. Recycling. Dumped in bin. I don't know how to say this. I've heard countless things about recycling bins being emptied into general waste over the years, and how. So let's just find out if I can get this. Just need to figure out how to phrase it. Recycling Ireland. Facts. Recycling 1 ton of paper saves enough energy to power a computer for almost 1 year. Alright. Here's everything you want to know. Alright, fucking... Is Ireland good at recycling? Ireland has achieved the highest rate of recycling, surpasses all EU recycling targets. The country's overall recycling rate is 68%. Of all materials is ahead of the EU targets of 13%. Alright. What does Ireland do with plastic? Ireland's government is single-use plastic ban. Things like that. Alright. I can't find anything really about saying this year we can all the government to make fake promises in this point have not been sufficiently emphasized. Alright. Can't find anything about it. It's like recycling a myth. We can't find anything about it, lads. Recycling is a myth. What does happen to your rubbish? The gardening. Let's find out what the Guardian has to say. Right, here we go. The Guardian says plastic recycling is a myth. What really happens to your rubbish? Alright, see if that happens here. One of UK's largest waste companies attempted to ship used nappies abroad in consignments marked as waste paper. Alright. Sure, there's always a bit of crack going on. We're not really seeing anything as outrageous as the stuff I've heard, I must say. We don't call it waste, we call it material, says Green Recycling Smith back in Milan. Down in the yard, truck is loaded with 35 bales of assorted cardboard. Jesus. Alright. Don't really give me any juicy bits. It's moving from disposable to reusable. You can unlock epic design opportunities. Alright, so no foul play there. That sorts that out. Recycling fun facts. Recycling. Did you see those bins where it has like 2 holes and that both holes go into the same fucking bin? There's a load of apartment blocks in Ireland and stuff. There's loads of apartment blocks where they just empty the recycling and the black bin, which is the general rubbish, into the same black bin. I just have used condoms here. Why is there so many pre-owned used Trojans? Why is it? China news. Used condoms sold as Durex. What? Chinese police bust criminal gang. What? China bursts 5 million scam run by... Alright, just lads selling fake condoms. It's fucking weird, isn't it? These condoms are unused. Oh, that tell me that is fake, like. Fake condoms. Oh, Jesus. I gotta look that up. Recycling condoms. Now that is good. Is Trojan selling pre-owned condoms? Schnapps. Gang selling recycled and fake condoms in 7 million. China bursts 5 million scam Jesus Christ. How would you even collect recycled condoms? Like, where would you even fucking find them? Like, how would that even work? Where would you get recycled condoms from? I'm so confused, like. But I must say, that is an excellent story. That is clickbait gold. Recycled condoms. A photograph shows Trojan's latest product, pre-owned condoms. Alright, I think that's a bit of a joke. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh darling. I'll say this now. We have a bit of time in our hands now with this COVID-19 stuff, so I've nothing else to be doing rather than looking at the news and worrying about it. So, there's that, the human paranoia thing where it's just like, fuck, are they ever going to lift this COVID-19 thing? Yeah, but listen, that's just anxiety, isn't it? There's a lot of weird ass things going on right now. Very fucking weird things. Anyway, sure, listen. COVID-19. Reddit, here we go. Let's find out what we got going on here in Reddit, baby. We got COVID-19 mega thread. Alright. This whole thing is forcing everyday people to get involved, and names and addresses taken by guards. Everyday fucking people who are doing nothing wrong, just fucking going to the shop like. Just fucking my own paranoia now. It's fucking gross. It's really fucking weird. There was a cultural gulf between me and the foreign girlfriend. Alright. Update to my bookcase. Yesterday was a pink supermoon, by the way, so I hope you got all your bad energy out. Craggy Island, History X, and it has a picture of Father Ted there with the Hitler moustache. It's fucking brilliant. Craggy Island, History X. That's a reference to Father Ted. If any you buys, yeah, it's fucking weird. There's no one out, fucking no one. As regards this travel ban, I don't know. Even yesterday I saw a load of lads filling up a car with Gucci bags, fake Gucci bags. They're travel. I don't know. I don't know. But it's put the fear in me. It's put the fear. Picture I took of Earth from the moon last night. Yeah. phone services have been launched for Ireland's 5 main banks to help cocooning customers make payments and carry out other banking services. Alright, there you are. Bit of that. Lovely. So a lot of people are figuring out about 5G and 4G, which 5G means like a blanket statement of an awful lot of tech, and with 4G they can like track your position on a smartphone down to a few meters and so on. So even with tracking turned off and so on, you can still find you, which is fine, I guess, unless you're some kind of terrorist or something. But it's just a bit mad. Like, you think you're fucking hot, you think you have your GPS turned off on your phone, you're fucking safe, but they still know where you are. But again, it's all fine unless you're doing something ropey. Unless you say anything like Julian Assange, which you're not supposed to be saying. There's a trend of people putting COVID-19 masks on statues, and it looks absolutely brilliant. Do you know, they got like COVID-19 masks? Like, professionals are saying the masks don't do fuck all because it goes in through your eyes, and there's loads of pictures of health professionals posting pictures of themselves with like I don't know. I don't know. But it's a bit of COVID-19, yeah. COVID-19. It's not called coronavirus because it's racist to use coronavirus for some reason. Alright. Let's have a look at worldwide cases, I guess. Alright, statistics, here we go. Confirmed there's 5,700 people in Ireland with coronavirus. 25 of them have recovered, and 210 of them have died. So out of, let's say, 6,000 recovered, 25 recovered, and 200 dead. Alright. America, we got confirmed 400,000. 22,000 recovered, and 12,000 dead. So Spain is 3 times that per head of population, and Italy is 2 times that per head of population or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. There you are. These are all just confirmed cases. Where's China? Is China down the fucking end? I think China is like, I don't know. China loves lying about its facts. But don't blame China, blame the CCP. Hong Kong. I don't know if China's on this list or if they've been taken out or what's going on. Can't find China. China is not in... Oh, there we are. Okay. So, this kind of a bit interesting. China has had 3,000 deaths. Alright, 3,000 deaths from coronavirus. 3,000. America has 12,000. So, and they've had 81,000 confirmed. So let's get this over. Let's get this back on track. China has 8,000 Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. All I'm saying is China are lying about their fucking numbers. Confirmed cases 81,000. America confirmed cases 401,000. Yeah. There you are. So a second wave has been predicted where China opens up its borders, which is happening right now, and then actually listen, it's all fear mongering. Who knows what's going on? I don't. Does anyone else miss the simpler times we didn't have to look at the news? Get out! Get out of my mind. Get out of my mind. The flashbacks are too vivid. I can't air about you. There you are, man. China's not telling the truth. The WHO have been found out to be corrupt, and yet they're the number one source of information on YouTube for constantly getting pop-ups just saying World Health Organization, World Health Organization. But it's kind of like, do you just, they're lying, but how much are they lying? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. China. Have you ever? Any of you guys ever watched China Uncensored? They have these gentlemen who lived in China and they were forced out, and they're kind of like, China's getting worse. Yeah. I did a lot of giving out yesterday about some woman who went on shiting on about the coronavirus, and I think I may have taken it too personally. So, possible apologies to that lady. I was definitely, I got emotional about it. I said some things I shouldn't have said. There you are. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I was fucking. No one likes being told what to do, and it's just one of those things, isn't it? Bit gross. It's a little bit gross. It's a little bit gross. So, yeah. Yeah. It's fucking fear of the unknown, isn't it? Jesus Christ, eh? It's the fear of the unknown. dying to talk to each other, man. People are absolutely dying. I've witnessed people having lengthy conversations with, this, you walking into the shop and the security guard man goes, here, are you're only allowed in one person from each household or whatever, and the lad who was on there in the supermarket, his first reaction was like, oh, F you and all this shit. But the two lads are just dying for a conversation so much they end up just chatting with each other. Because, like, fuck, I haven't seen anyone in fucking days of you. I'm like, oh, yeah. So, people are absolutely craving a conversation, which is so interesting because it just shows how much humans need each other and a little bit of stimulation. And some people are locked up in solitary confinement and their head starts going nuts. Side effects. There's a lot of stress things. Like, I've got medication. Everyone has medication, and I actually don't have a clue how I'm going to get it. Medication and prescriptions have ran out. So sure, yeah. Solitary confinement has been reported to cause hypertension, headaches and migraines, profuse sweating, dizziness and heart palpitations. Many inmates also experience extreme weight loss due to digestion complications and abdominal pain. Many of these symptoms are due to intense anxiety and sensory deprivation. That is very, very interesting. I must say, your stomach is your second gut, and so on. What does solitary confinement do to your brain? So as I said, people are stuck in their gaff. They're dying to just talk to fucking anyone. They end up, turning on their housemate, being like, oh, you always do this, you always do that. Because when people have a lot of energy, they often end up turning on themselves, and their family is often an extension of themselves, and we take out our anger on the ones we love the most, and it's just one of those awkward kind of things of life, isn't it? One of the most remarkable effects of chronic social isolation, as the extreme case of solitary confinement, is the decrease in the size of hippocampus, the brain region related to learning, memory and spatial awareness. That's fucking mad. How long can you stay in solitary confinement? It includes federal and state inmates placed in any form of restricted housing for at least 22 hours a day for more than 15 consecutive days. In 2011, the United Nations Special Reporter on Torture concluded that solitary confinement beyond 15 days constituted cruel and inhumane punishment. Well, oh god, prison is fucking mental. Hidden damages of solitary confinement. Alright. So, people are getting a bit loopy, the only thing we have is, if you have friends, you're able to talk to them on fucking Zoom. If you don't have friends, I don't know. This is from Knowable Magazine. The article is Hidden Damage of Solitary Confinement 2018. In your experience, how many people have spent a lot of time in solitary confinement affected psychology? People vary in the extent to which they're afflicted and how rapidly this happens. Some have an adverse reaction immediately, particularly prisoners in jails. Local family facilities usually meant for short-term services. People come off the streets who are not used to confinement, and if they are placed in solitary confinement is overwhelming, though it's generally a case that the longer you're there, the worse the effects. There is also a period of vulnerability in the beginning, especially for inexperienced prisoners who don't know what to make of it, whether they can survive it. And then you got fucking worried about being fucking ass raped. And what else they do? Fucking anyway. Race in solidarity. Male prisoners in the US. Just goes to race and so on. What are the effects on someone who already has mental health issues, or a juvenile or elderly person? This is one of the reasons that most professional organisations have issued either recommendations or mandates to prohibit putting vulnerable populations in these environments. You have mentioned there are three most obvious ones: juveniles, physically aged or infirm, and the currently large group of people in solitary confinement who should have not be there. Mentally ill. Many prison symptoms unfortunately still have mental ill prisoners in isolation, and it's dangerous practice, often worsening their conditions. Man, yeah, if someone acts up, they just put them in by themselves and says, right, you're not talking to fucking anyone. Oh, lads. Oh, prison is gross. Because I know this is just anxiety talking, but when someone comes up to you and starts asking you, where are you going, what are you doing, fucking every fucking just, where are you doing, what are you doing, fucking where are you coming from, fucking all this stuff, it starts getting, when someone comes up to you and starts asking all this shit on the street, like guards or whatever, it's not. A lot of things can happen. You can take it the wrong way and so on, and things can get out of hand very quickly. And especially with now this high tense situation with coronavirus, and now they're saying, listen, you can be locked up in jail and have 2,500 put on you if you're like not following these guidelines and so on. People are gonna get fucking angry, and people are gonna get locked up, and a lot of this stuff, laws and stuff, it's only the way these things work is they're gonna well, they're gonna make an example out of someone and lock them away for fucking 20 years and say, listen, we're gonna bail the shit out. Just because when you bring in a law, you have to make an example of someone. You got to bring them out in front of the. If you say, listen, if anyone's caught outside the gaff, we're gonna put you to death. All right, no one will believe it until you get someone out in the public street and have them publicly beheaded, and then people go, alright, that's serious, I won't be doing that. That's why they have public beheading and so on, scare the shit out of people and keep control and all the rest of it. And it's kind of an awkward one because it is in the public's best good, but you know, it's also open for abuse and so on. But sure, fucking hell, abuse happens at all levels. That's just part of life, isn't it? I'm sure anyone would be fucking. Sure, no one wants to go to prison. That's why people follow the law, isn't it? Because no one wants to be fucking locked up. And I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely kept me to be a law-abiding citizen to the best of my ability. Just the fucking fear of being locked up, and you know, especially even the social implications of being in prison. You know, people being, oh, did you hear your man? He's a criminal now. I wouldn't hire him. Anyway, listen, I hope you're looking after yourself. Try to go easy on whoever you're around right now. You're probably taking out all your blame on them. I guess if you can, just go for a walk, but you can't really in this situation, so I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, listen, you know best. All the best. It's 10:49. Have a great day. It's the 8th of April. Over now. Goodbye.